Hello, my name is Adam Ken. Welcome to Examiner Test 1, Volume 1, and this is the listening test, the first listening test. So we're going to go through the questions. You can skip this part if you want, but it's a good idea to have a great strategy when you do the questions so that you can better answer them on your future IELTS test. So let's get started with that. So before you listen, you need to prepare your mind for the answers. This is so important. You need to have a strategy before you go in and listen. So I've underlined some keywords here like date and leave, because that's what you want to focus on, right? And then you could, maybe whisper the words June and July. And then that way, your mind is more ready to catch them when you hear them on the listening test. Next one is single room. The feeling I get here is that do not always expect, native speakers to say dollars, okay? They might just say 160, okay? And again, you have to be careful to listen for single room because they might talk about double rooms, and you can see that in the next question. In number 3, again, they focus on single room, okay? So, you gotta, be careful for this one. They might talk about different rooms. So focus on the words single room, double room, twin. And the spelling of that is a little strange. It's pronounced sweet. Do not expect single room just because of question 2. It seems like that's what they're focusing on, but many times the IELTS test tries to trick you. So just be aware of that. Looking at the next questions, 4 to 10. Well, the names will be pronounced clearly and likely spelled. You can see here for like first name, and then you're listening for a month down here, okay? Just to focus on the spelling, again, especially with surnames, they will spell them, okay? You're not expected to be an expert on spelling surnames. First names, maybe you should know, but for surnames, they definitely will spell them. Okay, let's have a look at those answers now. So let's first look at the answer for question 1. Well, question 1 is, on what date will the guests leave the hotel? Well, you can see here that I'll be arriving on June 28th and leaving on July 2nd. Okay, so that one is quite straightforward. For question 2, what is the price of a single room? Well, that's D. And down here, you can see, well, our single rooms are $110 a night, okay, including tax. And then the speaker goes on to talk about double rooms at $160 a night. So again, you have to focus. Many times they'll have the answer second because they want to trick you. You think it's the first number, but then it's the second number. But in this case, it really is just the first number, okay? And then focusing on 3, what type of room does the guest decide to book? Okay, and then the answer is here. He said, I'll take the twin room, all right? So that expression, he doesn't say book. He does actually say, I'll take. So this is a great example of a synonym. I'll say it many times, but the listening and the reading tests are really vocabulary tests. They use different expressions to have the same meaning. Okay, for question 4, it is Barry. That's the first name. And they don't spell it out perfect, but he does say that's Barry with 2 R's. Okay, so there might be some confusion for people. They think Berry is B-E-R-R-Y, like, strawberry. So that one, you do have to know the basic spelling of the name Barry. For question 5, the answer is Teasdale, okay? And then you can see that they've spelt it, right? T-E-A, and then they say double E question. He said T, right? Double E-S-D-A-L-E. So you do have to have a little awareness of the word like double for this one. For question 6, the email, right, is Baza64. And you can see later that they spell it, right? BAAZA64@hotmail.com. So again, you would not be expected to know how to spell the word Baza. but they will go on and spell it and, you know, make it more clear. So you can expect that on a real IELTS test. For the phone number, it's you know, you can see it there, and we'll go through how he says it, right? He says, oh, okay. So the first number, he doesn't say 0, right? He says 018 right? 63, and then there's a comma. So you can tell he paused, and then 679 0 again for 0, and then 22. And again, that's 22. But he didn't say 22, he said 22. So you'd need to be aware of words like double. Sometimes you might hear the word triple, which means 3. Okay. For number 8, it was just, you know, you have to tick Visa, and you can hear Visa right there, a Visa card. And for number 9, it's the, you know, the third group of numbers, which we can see here, 9859. So that one's quite straightforward. You just have to make sure you're listening for the third set of numbers. But again, if you're okay with numbers, this answer probably is quite straightforward. Okay, let's move on to number 10. Number 10, well, it's the 31st of August or August 31st. Both answers are fine, okay? And then you can see in the text, he said the speaker said the end of August 2021. Okay, so again, you don't have to write 31 August or August 31. Both are okay. So there is some flexibility on the test.